We've got a developing situation as the NFL now hands out nearly $500,000 in fines over the Shedeur Sanders prank phone call incident. There's now talk of father-son ass beatings as we roll. Presented by Revo Rideshare. Ride for less, drive for more. Download the app now, Revo Rideshare. Take a look at this. $350,000 in fines for, quote, failing to prevent disclosure of confidential information distributed to the club in advance of the draft. Yeah, and Stephen A. Smith made it very clear what Jeff Ulbrich should have done about it.
I sincerely hope he whipped his kid's ass.
Damn.
That's an ass whip. That is a required ass whipping.
Yeah, and then he goes in on the character of the 21-year-old jackass.
You would be some privileged little brat that would do something like that and take joy out of somebody's misery like that at the expense of your father.
Yeah, and expense is the key word here.
You in college now, no doubt still living off daddy.
Fact.
And you would do something like that to him. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should have your ass whipped. I know you're 21, but at the very least, roll up on campus and slap you upside your damn head.
Yeah, but hang on, because you're about to see the prankster publicly embarrassed himself as we continue. Presented by Lindstrom Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Get him online at lindstromair.com. Take a look at what it cost Jeff Ulbrich to send his idiot kid to school. This year, for this kid, Jeff Ulbrich is paying $43,000 in tuition. Add room and board, that's another $15,000 to $18,000. Yeah, and Stephen A. says there's a lesson here that needs to be learned.
Sometimes you need to be embarrassed. That's what needs to happen to you.
Yeah, so let's do that. Let's take a look at the stats of Mr. Prankster, a very low-level college football player. And there he is, number 20, Mr. Football, Jax Ulbrich. Last season, appeared in 2 games, 10 rushing attempts for 54 yards total. The year before, 2 games, 10 yards total. Yet let's mock Shedeur, right? Yeah, so as it turns out, the kid is dumb, sucks at football, and lacks self-awareness.
At no time did he think about the consequences, the potential consequences. This could come back to my dad since I got it from his computer.
Yeah, but hang on, because this kid has actually cost his father's employer a lot more than just $250,000. As we continue, presented by Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Order online at budschicken.com. Stephen A. Smith inadvertently reminds us this kid's father hasn't even coached a single game for the Falcons yet.
It jeopardized your dad. What if the Atlanta Falcons didn't believe that it was just you?
Yeah, and remember, the Atlanta Falcons have had a series of stupidity-based fines. Nate Tice reminded us, in the past decade alone, the Falcons, $350,000 in a 5th-round pick for illegal crowd noise, and then the $100,000 for their injury report, and then $250,000 in a 5th-round pick for the tampering with Cousins, and then this instance here. Wow. Yeah, but wait, because we now have the explanation for all of this, and it's as bad as you think it is. As we continue, presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Lewis Riddick on our Look at Me social media society.
Not everything needs to be made a joke out of. Everything doesn't need to have this kind of little twist put on it, man. So people need to kind of grow up.
Yeah, and then Stephen A. comes in with the R word.
No regard for Shedeur. No regard for his father. No regard for any kind of decency or any kind of decorum.
The question is on the board. Question, did the NFL handle this whole situation properly? Yes, they did. Someone need to be punished. And they can't punish the kid. He don't work for them. But they can punish dad. And dad can punish boy and get that $100,000 back, however he so chooses. Listen, it's not about Shedeur's feelings and being pranked. It's about personal information that gets leaked. And that goes against the NFL, their standards and practices, and protecting the shield. And protecting you if you're in a car accident, get hurt on the job. Call Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE and take back control of your life. Hit subscribe, hit like, comment, I reply to them all. Tell me where I'm wrong. And remember, every day above ground is a good day. Some are just more questionable than others. So say goodnight to the bad guy.